From WFRV TV, Green Bay, Fox Cities, and the Lakeshore, this is Local 5 News.
And good Sunday morning to you. I'm Eric Richards along with Chad. It's just before 6:30. And Chad, it's a warm one out there.
Yeah, it really is. Awfully muggy to start this morning. We saw lots of sunshine, warm temperatures, and lots of humidity yesterday. And today will be on repeat with just a little more cloud cover here across northeast Wisconsin. But as you mentioned, a very warm start. Temperatures for much of the state in the mid to upper 70s. A little bit cooler. Some rain-cooled air to the north. There's 69 right now up in Rhinelander, where some areas up across the Northwoods have picked up over 5 inches of rainfall through the overnight and early this morning. Now, most of the rain is north of Green Bay at the moment. In fact, a closer view shows a few thunderstorms cutting through Lane Lake County and into the southern portions of Forest County. Also looking at some rain across Menominee and into the western portions of Oconto County. All this activity is moving off to the north and east. So areas mainly north of Highway 64 will see the best chance for a few of these downpours early this morning. We'll get a little break and then more showers and storms expected by the afternoon. Depending on how much sun we see here this morning, we could see those highs once again in the mid to upper 80s, and with that humidity, it'll likely feel like the lower 90s later on today. We'll have more on your forecast coming up in just a few minutes, Eric.
Chad, thank you for that. We'll see you later. Now, legendary TV host Regis Philbin has died. Philbin's family says that he passed away Friday night from natural causes, just 1 month shy of his 89th birthday. Here's a look at his life and career.
I am a common folk.
No. You're royalty. You're show business
I'm
royalty.
from the Bronx. Where are you from? Indianapolis.
Regis Philbin, TV royalty and the common man, seemed to live his life in America's living rooms. His big break came in 1967 as Joey Bishop's sidekick in a short-lived challenge to Johnny Carson's Tonight Show. In the late 80s, Philbin's Live with Regis and Kathy Lee took the morning TV world by storm. When Kathy Lee Gifford exited after 15 years, Philbin paired with Kelly Ripa for another decade before he stepped aside.
You said I don't want to argue?
No, you love to argue.
I do.
Philbin presided over the popular game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Wearing what would become signature monochromatic suits, shirts, and ties. Over the years, he weathered several health challenges, including a triple bypass and hip replacement. The Bronx-born Philbin died Friday at his Manhattan home. Regis Philbin was 88.
Now, in 2006, Regis said that he wanted to be remembered as a nice guy who did his very best to give you a few laughs and make you feel welcome to his show. Congressman John Lewis was laid to rest yesterday in Selma, Alabama. A motorcade carrying Lewis's casket traveled through Montgomery on its way to Selma. A civil rights icon, John Lewis, died last weekend after a battle with pancreatic cancer. The issue of requiring face coverings in public has caused a divide in many communities in northeast Wisconsin, and that includes the city of Green Bay. You might remember that on Tuesday night, the City Council voted 7-5 to require masks in public buildings. The ordinance takes effect on Monday. There are exemptions in place, however, for those who have health problems, and masks will not be required for children under 5. And just a day after the mask ordinance was passed by a number of people on the council, a number of city officials started getting death threats. As Chris Schuler reports, Green Bay police are doing what they can to find those responsible.
Alder Bill Galvin says the debate leading up to the vote on a masking ordinance in Green Bay this week was often heated, with hundreds of emails from constituents sent his way.
This is absolutely the most contacts I've had from citizens in over 5 years as an alder.
But it's one email in particular that came into his inbox after he voted for the proposal that now has police involved.
Kind of a rambling thing that went on for 3 or 4 paragraphs, talking about being a traitor, having to beg for forgiveness, and then being hung.
But Galvin wasn't the only one sent a threatening email.
He went off on, tyranny and liberty and God and all tyrants must die.
So too was older Randy Scannell.
Came across as a little unbalanced.
Along with other city council members, the mayor, city clerk, and police chief Andrew Smith, who alerted all in a separate email to take these threats seriously.
I wanted to make sure all the alders were aware of it so that they could increase their awareness and use appropriate action, take appropriate cautions. But these threats are pretty graphic and certainly inappropriate.
Chief Smith says his detectives are investigating the emails and are working with the FBI to try and locate those responsible, the person or persons who've threatened our elected officials.
I guess I'm more aware of my surroundings and the people I'm becoming in contact with,
whose safety has been threatened for just doing their jobs.
There's no place in our society for making threats against people, especially against our elected officials.
In Green Bay, Chris Schuler, Local 5 News.
Thank you, Chris. Alderman Scannell, is the person who initially proposed the mask ordinance in Green Bay. The City of Manitowoc Common Council has voted in favor of requiring masks in city-owned facilities effective on Monday. For those riding in Maritime Metro Transit, masks are required by drivers, but riders are strongly encouraged to wear them as well. Masks will be provided free of charge at the entrance of facilities. You can find out a full list of locations where masks are required on our website, wearegreenbay.com. In De Pere, the Common Council there has announced that they will be meeting to discuss a mask ordinance. Mayor James Boyd called for the meeting that would issue a citywide mask ordinance. The proposal states that everyone over the age of 5 would have to wear a mask in public. The meeting will take place on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. Happening around our community this morning, the newly passed mask mandate goes into effect at businesses in Green Bay beginning on Monday. But how will this affect the Bay Beach amusement park? That's right, that mask mandate going into effect on Monday here in Green Bay at the Bay Beach amusement park. Everyone who comes through this pavilion will have to have a mask on in an effort to keep everyone safe.
And that's mainly when you're entering, exiting, and then ordering. Once you're sitting down and eating and drinking, obviously, then you won't have to have that mask on. And it really only applies to the main pavilion out here. For the rest of the park, in the ride areas and anywhere outside, obviously a mask is not mandatory. Throughout the park, in all of our queue areas for the rides, in our concession areas, we have stickers that kind of promote the social distancing, let people know where to stand to keep the appropriate distance between the families in front of them. And between that and our ride operators wearing masks, sanitizing the rides after each use, we think it's been a very successful program so far in trying to mitigate the risks involved with COVID.
In addition to all of that, there is increased ventilation within the pavilion here in order to keep the air circulating in an effort, again, to keep everyone safe. In Green Bay, Eric Richards, Local 5 News. Well, actually, I'm right here, and you can, again, check out our website where we have the very latest on the mask mandates. That's wearegreenbay.com. The Ashwaubenon School District revealed its plan to open the school year starting on September 1st. Students in K through 5 will be doing in-person courses 5 days a week. Those in 6th grade through 12th grades will have a mix of in-person and online classes. And parents will have the option of keeping their kids home to do virtual classes.
We will have Ashwaubenon staff monitoring those classes and providing students feedback and assessments on where they're at.
Now, school leaders say that the plan is flexible and will be adjusted as needed due to the pandemic. Many parents are considering their options about how to handle the educational needs of their students, and some are considering the virtual option. The Wisconsin Virtual Academy is an online charter school which began well before the pandemic started last March. Now, as uncertainty surrounds the upcoming school year, the Virtual Academy is seeing a record number of students enrolling.
We are enrolling students right now, and our projected numbers do show that we will be seeing more students with us next year than we've ever experienced before.
Wisconsin Virtual Academy also helps parents adjust to online format for learning by providing tips on how to manage the class load for their students. Still to come right here, we revisit a hometown hero, Dennis Alexander, a Vietnam vet who's doing some great work with some canines.
And a few showers and storms moving through the Northwoods early this morning. More rain chances expected area-wide by the afternoon. Details on that coming up in the Storm Team 5 forecast.